Hi everyone. In this video, let me cover up the match the following part, whatever they have given in the bit banks. In your material, you can come to page number 25. 25 or what we have? Page number 21. In the material, you can come to page number 21. Okay. They are given the match the following aspect related to bit banks. Let us move on to question 1. See, match the following means what we need to do. The column 1 has to be matched with column 2, which all will be related. Those has to be matched. So let us go through what they are given. Point number 1. Noting charges. Noting charges. When we are going to obtain, when the bill will be dishonored, usually the noting charges will be paid by the whom? Noting charges will be paid by whom? Drawer to the notary public to get the authentication on the bill stating that that particular bill has been dishonored. But noting charges again it will be recovered from whom? It will be recovered from the drawee. It will be recovered from the drawee. Next point number 2, they are given stock and debtors method. Stock and debtors method is what? It is one of the method of branch accounts. Next point number 3, we have work certified. The word work certified, where we are going to obtain AS7, Accounting Standard 7, construction contracts. There we are going to obtain. Next point number 4, they have given average clause. Average clause, when it will be applicable? If it is a case of under insurance. In fire insurance claim, we are going to apply average clause. Then point number 5, maximum loss method. In partnership, when they go for piecemeal distribution, in that situation what happens? To distribute the balance amount among the partners, we have two methods. One is maximum loss methods and another is proportionate capital method. So this is one of the method of distributing the amount to partners' capital. Now let us go through the points in column 2. What they are given. See, please, whenever like match the following they give, you just to try to collect the information. It is related to which chapter, what they are. Just try to collect. Then you try to match with the column 2. See what they are given. First point number 8, branch accounts. See, branch account somewhere I used in column 1 when stock and debtors method. Stock and debtors method. So accordingly, point 2 and point 8. So I can branch accounts is what? Point 2. Means stock and debtors method. Point 2. Okay, next what they given? Piecemeal distribution. Maximum loss method, whatever is there to distribute a partner's capital balance out of the cash, whatever after paying all the external liabilities and all, or if still the balance is available, means they are going to distribute the amount among the partner's capital. They are going to apply which method? Maximum loss method. So that is nothing but piecemeal distribution. So for maximum loss method, it will be what we need to match? Piecemeal distribution. So I can write this as point number 5. This I can consider it as point number 5. Okay. Next what we have? Work certified. Work certified. Okay, sorry, I am reading the column 2. Not for profit organization. Anywhere when I was taken the column 1 aspect, anywhere have I considered not for profit organization? No. So that cannot be considered. Next, point number D, royalty accounts. Anywhere I considered no. Point number bills of exchange. Noting charges is related to what? Bills of exchange. So for bills of exchange, write down point number 1. For bills of exchange, take down point number 1. Take down bills of exchange, point number 1. Next, again, construction contract means what? Work certified is related to construction contract. So for construction contract, take down point number 3. Can consider point number 3. Next we have insurance claim. What? Average clause is related to insurance claim. So accordingly, for insurance claim, consider it as point number 4. Consider it as point number 4. Getting the point? So what will be the answer? Noting charges will be of bills of exchange, stock and debtors method, branch accounts, work certified will be construction contracts, average clause, insurance claim, and maximum loss method, piecemeal distribution. Getting the point? So with that, first question is completed. Now let us move on to the second question. First, let us read out column 1. Point number 1, what they are given? Garner versus Murray case. Garner versus Murray case, where we come across this particular concept under dissolution of partnership. And sorry, not dissolution, under insolvency of the partnership. When a particular partner will be declared as insolvent, that loss of the insolvent partner will be distributed under Garner versus Murray case. Okay. Next point number 2, repossession of goods. Where we come across this repossession of goods? In hire purchase. If the hire purchaser is not making the payment of installment, means if he is making the default in the payment of installment amount, means in the situation the hire seller will be having all the rights to repossess back the goods. Next point number 3, what they given? Provision for unrealized profit. Provision for unrealized profit. Unrealized profit concept, where we come across in departmental accounts. In departmental accounts, when this unrealized profit will arise, if the transferor department has transferred the goods to transfer department at invoice price, means for cost, if they are adding some part of profit, and if it is transferred, means, and if the transfer department is unable to sell the complete goods, if the transfer department is unable to sell the complete goods, means in the situation for the transfer department, what will arise? Unrealized profit. So this is a concept related to our departmental accounts. Then point 4, what they are given? Property, plant and equipment. It is what? Accounting standard 10. Then they are given point number 5, automatic financial statements. Where automatic financial statements will be prepared in computerized accounting system. Yes or no? So now let us match. Let us study the column 2, AS10. AS10 I used already. Where? Point number 4, property, plant and equipment. So beside AS10, take down it as point 4. Beside AS10, consider it as point 4. Okay. Next we have computerized accounting system. What? Automatic financial statements will be prepared with the help of computerized accounting system. So write down point number 5. Take down point number 5 here. Next, insolvency of a partner. Garner versus Murray case. So accordingly, against insolvency of a partner, write down point number 1. Consider point number 1. Royalty accounts nowhere I have utilized. Next, hire vendor, repossession of goods. Yes or no? Hire vendor, repossession of goods. So accordingly, take down point number 2. Point number 2. Next, interdepartmental transfer at invoice price. In this situation, what happens? Provision for unrealized profit is going to arise. So again, it's this. Write down point number 3. Write down point number 3. See all the 5 consider. Garner versus Murray case is insolvency. So point number 1, repossession of goods. Hire vendor is going to make. So point number 2, provision for unrealized profit. Interdepartmental transfer at invoice price. So this is point number 3. Property, plant and equipment. AS10. So point number 4. Automatic financial statement. Computerized accounting system. So accordingly, point number 5. So with that, second match the following is completed. Now moving on to third. First let us read the column 1. GAAP means generally accepted accounting principle. The full form of GAAP is generally accepted accounting principle. They are going to issue the set of principles, rules for the purpose of accounting aspect. Am I right? Next point number 2. Cash receipts voucher. From cash receipts voucher, what we can see, how much cash is received can be seen. Am I right? Next point number 3, capital receipt. What are capital receipts? Those will not be earned, which are not in revenue in nature. Usually it will be earned by selling a fixed asset, or by borrowing of loan, or owner's contribution. All those we are going to call them as what? Capital receipt. And usually the capital receipt will be what? Non-recurring in nature. Will be what? Non-recurring in nature. And again, what happens? Capital receipt. Whenever there is a capital receipt, it is going to alter the value of assets and liabilities. The value of assets are going to get decreased, and when it comes to liability, whenever the capital receipt is there, the value of liability increases. But when we consider the value of asset, the value of asset decreases. Next we have liability. Liability means what the business has to pay to the outsiders, others. The amount whatever the business has to pay to the outsiders, we are going to call it as liability. Next, they are given cash discount. Usually when a particular business organization is going to allow cash discount, when the particular customers are going to make the prompt payment. When the customers are going to make the prompt payment, the cash discount will be allowed. Cash discount will be allowed. So now let us match. Point number 8 here, what they encourage prompt payment by debtor. For that, what will be given? Cash discount. So accordingly, write down here 0.5. Take down 0.5. Okay, next, amount owed by business to others means the business has to pay amount to others. We are going to call it as what? Liability. So against it, write down point number 4. Take down point number 4. Next, generally accepted accounting principle is a full form of GAAP. So against that, write down point number 1. Take down point number 1. Next, denotes cash. Receipt of cash means from where? Cash receipt voucher. So against that, write down point number 2. Consider point number 2. Next, it is non-recurring in nature. What is non-recurring in nature? Capital receipt. So accordingly, against that, write down point number 3. Point number 3. Getting the point. So with that, the third match, the following is completed. Now let us move on to fourth. First, let us go through the column 1. Chronologically recording of transaction. See where we get this chronologically recording of transaction. We are going to enter where? In journal. In journal, usually in a chronological order, we are going to enter the transaction. Point number 2, generally accepted accounting principle. It's the full form of GAAP. Tangible real account. Tangible real account. Means tangible real account means the fixed assets, we are going to call it as tangible real account. Then revenue receipts. Usually revenue receipts will be what? Recurring in nature. Usually these benefit will be exhausted within 1 year. Within 1 year, those receipts we are going to call them as revenue receipts. Next point number 5, helps to check the arithmetical accuracy. What helps to check the arithmetical accuracy? The trial balance. Usually the trial balance will be prepared so as to check what? Arithmetical accuracy. Next point number 6, acceptance of bills of exchange. Who is going to accept the bills of exchange? The drawee. The drawee is going to provide the acceptance for bill. Next, dissolution of firm. Dissolution of firm. When the dissolution happens, what happens? The complete close down of the partnership will be done. Usually at the time of dissolution, which all the accounts they are going to prepare? They are going to prepare like realization account, partners capital account and a bank account they are going to prepare. Next point number 9. Amount of actual royalty over minimum rent. Means if the actual royalty is more than minimum rent, usually what we are going to call? We are going to call it as excess working. We are going to call it as what? Excess working. By utilizing the excess working itself, usually what happens? They are going to make the recoupment of short working. Means recovery of short working will be made out of that excess working. Not for profit organization. Usually those will be established for what purpose? To provide the service to the society. So now let us go for column 2. Let us go for column 2. What they are given? Point number A. Machinery account. Machinery account is a fixed asset. It is nothing but tangible real asset. So against machinery account, write down point number 3. Against machinery account, write down point number 3. Next, recurring in nature. What is recurring in nature? Revenue receipts. So accordingly, against recurring in nature, write down point number 4. Take down point number 4. Next we have journal. In journal, how the transactions we are going to record? The transactions will be recorded in chronological order. So accordingly, write down against journal point number 1. Against journal, take down point number 1. Next we have GAAP. What is the full form of GAAP? General Accepted Accounting Principle. So against that, write down point number 2. Write down point number 2. It is the answer for point 2. Next, what they are given? Drawee. Who is a drawee? Who is going to provide acceptance for the bill? We have which point? Point number 6. So against drawee, write down point number 6. Against drawee, write down point number 6. Next, trial balance. For what purpose usually trial balance will be prepared? To check the arithmetical accuracy. So which point we have? Point 5. So accordingly take down point 5. Take down point 5. Next, AS10. AS10 is what? Property, plant and equipment. So accordingly against that, write down point number 8. So consider point number 8. Next, realization account. When will be prepared? When the dissolution of the firm happens. So which point we have? Point number 7. So take down point number 7. Next, tournament expenses. It will be the expense related to what? Not for profit organization. So accordingly against that, write down point number 10. So take down against that point number 10. Excess working. What is excess working? When the actual royalty is more than minimum rent, that we are going to call it as excess working. Which point? Point number 9. So accordingly write down against that point number 9. Getting the point. So with that, question 4 match the following completed. The professional course has become something else here. Yes or not? Due to this corona. Now let us move on to question 5. Match the following. Again, let us first go through the column 1. Double column. Double column will be made usually in like cash book and all. Next, point number 2. Undervaluation of assets. Undervaluation of assets they are telling. If they are okay, let me check it out. Then point number 3, AS10 is property, plant and equipment. Point number 4, indemnity period. Indemnity period will be considered where? In insurance claim. In insurance claim. Am I right? And point number 5, we have minimum rent. Minimum rent is a concept of what? Royalty. Minimum rent is a concept of what? Royalty. Okay, now let us go through. Point number 2, undervaluation of assets. See, when the undervaluation of assets is made or overvaluation of assets will be made, it will be transferred to which account? Revaluation reserve account. That amount adjustment will be made to which account? Revaluation reserve account. Am I right? So now let us move on to column 2. Let us check it out. Option A, what they are given? Property, plant and equipment. It is nothing but AS10. So again is that write down point number 3. Again is that take down point number 3. Next, what we have in column 2, option B is cash book. In cash book, we will be having double column, single column, double column and triple column, 3-column cash book. Yes or no? 3 cash book can be prepared under 3 types, single column, double column and 3-column cash book. So for cash book, against that write down beside that point number 1. It is the match for point number 1. Next we have secret reserves. Undervaluation of assets we can consider. Undervaluation of assets, accordingly against secret reserve, consider it as point number 2. Consider it as point number 2. Next what we have, dead rent means minimum rent. So against dead rent, consider it as point number 5. Point number 5. Next we have indemnity period. Insurance claim. Insurance claim is related to what? Indemnity period will be related to that. So accordingly take down point number 4. Point number 4. Getting the point. So with that, 5. Question 5 is completed. Now let us move on to question 6. Let us move on to question 6. Again, first let us go through the column 1. Both journal and a ledger. Means usually a cash book will be called as what? Both journal and a ledger. Because what are the cash transactions happens? Those transactions directly it will be entered in cash book. So primarily first it will be entered in cash book and again in the form of account it will be. So accordingly we can tell a cash book is a both journal and ledger. Point number 2, undervaluation of assets already we covered. It is nothing but like secret reserve, something we had in previous problem. Point number 3, AS2. What does accounting standard 2 deals with? Valuation of inventories. Point number 4, indemnity period. It will be used in insurance claim and minimum rent will be used in royalty. Am I right? Now let us move on to column 2. Valuation of inventory covered under what? AS2. So accordingly write beside it point number 3. Write beside it point number 3. Next, cash book is both a journal and a ledger. So accordingly, beside cash book, write down point number 1. Take down point number 1. Secret reserve, undervaluation of assets. So again, secret reserve, take down point number 2. Take down point number 2. Royalty. Royalty, what? Minimum rent. So accordingly, beside royalty, write down point number 5. Beside royalty, write down point number 5. Next, insurance claim related what? Indemnity period is related to insurance claim. So accordingly, beside insurance claim, write down point number 4. Consider point number 4. So with that, question 6 is completed. Now let us move on to question 7. Column 1, what they given? Maximum loss. Maximum loss method will be related to what? Under distribution of amount to the capitals. Yes or no? Next, partial repossession, hire purchase system. Purchase due book, it is a type of subsidiary book. Noting charges will be incurred under bills of exchange when the bill will be dishonored. Provision for bad and doubtful debts. Provision for bad and doubtful debts will be what? Liability. And usually the liabilities will show which balance? Credit balance. Now accordingly let us consider column 2. First they are given column 2 first item hire purchase. Hire purchase. For hire purchase what is related? Partial repossession. So accordingly, beside hire purchase, write down point number 2. Beside hire purchase, write down point number 2. Next, bill of exchange, noting charges. So beside bill of exchange, write down point number 4. Consider point number 4. Credit balance, which will show credit balance, provision for bad and doubtful debts. So beside credit balance, take down point number 5. Take down point number 5. Next, what we have, partnership dissolution means maximum loss. Under maximum loss method, usually the partnership amount can be distributed. So accordingly, write down against partnership dissolution point number 1. Point number 1. Next, subsidiary book. Which is subsidiary book? Purchase day book is a subsidiary book. So okay, accordingly, against subsidiary book, write down point number 3. Write down point number 3. So with that, question 7 is completed. Now let's move on to question 8. Question 8. Let us go through column 1. Events occurring after the balance sheet date. Events occurring after the balance sheet date actually is covered under AS4. It is covered under AS4. Next, point number 2. They are given prior period items. It will be covered under AS5. It will be covered under AS5. Then point number 3. They are given depreciation accounting. Depreciation accounting will be covered under AS6. AS6. Next, timing of recognition of sales of goods. Nothing but it will revenue recognition means AS9. AS9. And capitalization of borrowing cost. Borrowing cost is covered under which standard? AS16. So by this match the following, you can understand that it is mandatory in your chapter 9 accounting standards, whatever you are having accounting standards, the list will be there of all the 32 accounting standards. That once or twice, thrice, please read out. If they give like this direct match the following means you will be losing the marks. Please study that properly. Okay, AS6 is what? Depreciation accounting. So accordingly, beside AS6, write down point number 3. Beside AS6, write down point number 3. Next, AS9, what? Revenue recognition. They given timing of recognition of sale of goods. So accordingly, against that, write down point number 4. Against, write down point number 4. Next, AS16, borrowing cost. So accordingly, write down point number 5. Write down point number 5. Next, AS5 is events occurring after balance sheet date. So accordingly, against AS5, write down beside AS5 point number 1. Consider it as point number 1. Next, AS4, prior period item. So beside that, write down point number 2. Write down point number 2. With that, question 8 is completed. Now let us move on to question 9. Let us move on to question 9. First, let us read out column 1. AS16, borrowing cost, very simple. Point number 2, what they are given? Remittance in transit. This particular adjustment in like goods in transit, cash in transit, that particular adjustment will be made in which chapter? Branch. So branch adjustment we can consider. Point number 3, what they are given? Entrance fees. Entrance fees is the concept related to non-trading organization. Am I right? AS9, revenue recognition. Garner versus Murray rule will be used where? In the concept of insolvency. Now let us match with column 2. What they given? Revenue recognition deals with what? AS9. So accordingly, beside revenue recognition, write down point number 4. Take down point number 4. Next, receipts and payments account. It will be prepared in a non-trading organization. What we have, entrance fees, means entrance fees will be recorded in receipts and payments account. So accordingly, beside receipts and payments account, take down point number 3. Take down point number 3. Next, borrowing cost. What? AS 16. Borrowing cost AS 16. So which point? Point number 1. Point number 1. Next, dissolution of partnership. Garner versus Murray. Here they are not given insolvency. So mark for dissolution of partnership. Okay. Write down point number 5. Write down point number 5. Branch adjustment, remittance in transit. So write down point number 2. Consider point number 2. Okay, with that question 9 is completed. Now moving on to question 10. Moving on to question 10. Let us go through column 1. Non-performing asset. The term non-performing asset will be used in which companies? Banking companies. What is non-performing asset? Those assets which stop generating some income, earnings. Those assets we are going to call them as non-performing assets. Next, what they given? AS 15. AS 15 deals with what? Employee benefits. Accounting standard 15 deals with what? Employee benefits. Then we have AS 28. AS 28 deals with impairment of assets. AS 28 deals with what? Impairment of assets. Stock and debtors method will be adopted in which method? Under branch accounts. Under branch accounts. Then we have account sale. Account sales will document. In which chapter we come across? Consignment accounting. What is account sale and who is going to prepare account sale? Account sale is a document which the consignee is going to prepare, and the consignee is going to send that account sale to the consigner. It is a periodical statement. As per the requirement of the consigner, the consignee is going to prepare the account sales and is going to send. Where in the account sales, the consignee is going to mention the data regarding how much sales he has made, how much expenditure he has incurred related to consignment is going to mention, and how much commission he is entitled to receive, and how much closing stock is available. Okay, and how much balance payment he has to make. Related to that, all that aspects will be mentioned by the consignee in the account sales. It is a periodical statement. If the consigner is demanding every weekly, means every weekly the consignee is going to send the account sales to the consigner. Getting the point. Now let us match with column 2, branch accounts. I use somewhere what? Stock and debtors method. So write down beside branch accounts point number 4. Take down point number 4. Next, consignment accounting. What? Account sales. Document will be prepared. So beside consignment accounting, write down point number 5. Beside consignment accounting, write down point number 5. Next, banking company. Non-performing assets. So accordingly take down point number 1. Consider point number 1. Employee benefits. AS 15. So beside that write down point number 2. Beside that write down point number 2. Next, impairment of assets. AS 28. So beside that write down point number 3. It is mandatory, you need to remember the accounting standard numbers and what will be the names, because they are asking the question. All the 32 accounting standard, please the numbers and names, please remember them. Okay. Now let us move on to question 11. First let us read out column 1. Assets are equal to liabilities plus capital. What they are telling? Assets will be equal to, how we are going to obtain assets? For liabilities, if we add capital, we are going to obtain assets. It will be covered under which concept? Dual aspect concept. Okay. This particular topic is related to what? Concepts and conventions. Accounting concepts and conventions. Point number 2. Intangible fixed assets. What are intangible fixed assets? Those assets which cannot be seen, which you cannot touch, but some monetary value is going to exist. Those assets we are going to call them as what? Intangible assets. Example for intangible assets: goodwill, patent, trademark, copyright, technical know-how. All those will be the examples of what? Intangible fixed assets. Next point number 3, depreciation accounting is covered under which standard? AS 6. Then revenue recognition. Revenue recognition is covered under which accounting standard? Accounting standard 9. Next, point number 5, valuation of inventories. Valuation of inventories. It is covered under which accounting standard? Accounting standard 2. Now let us match with column 2. First point what they are given? AS9. AS9 deals with what? Revenue recognition. Which point we have? Point number 4. So beside that, take down point number 4. Beside that, write down point number 4. Next, AS2, valuation of inventory. So point number 5. Take down point number 5. Next, dual aspect concept. It's going to cover assets will be equal to what? Liabilities plus capital. Liabilities plus capital. So accordingly, write in beside it point number 1. Right beside it point number 1. Next we have AS6. AS6 deals with what? Depreciation accounting. So accordingly take down point number 3. Accordingly take down point number 3. Next, goodwill. Goodwill is example for what? Intangible assets. So beside that write down point number 2. Beside that write down point number 2. Borrowing cost additional they have given. So with that question 11 is completed. Now let us move on to question 12. Let us move on to question 12. First in column 1, what they are given? Non-performing asset. Again it is related to what? Banking companies. Intangible assets, as already in the previous question itself I have explained. Point number 3, statement of affairs. Statement of affairs will be prepared where? In single entry system. Statement of affairs will be prepared where? In single entry system. Depreciation accounting is covered under AS 6. Check arithmetical accuracy. Which statement will be prepared to check the arithmetical accuracy? Trial balance. Now let's match with column 2. Single entry system. What we are going to prepare? Statement of affairs. So accordingly write down beside it point number 3. Point number 3. Trial balance. Trial balance will be prepared for what purpose? To check the arithmetical accuracy. So accordingly beside that take down point number 5. Next, AS26 is not there. It is a print mistake because depreciation accounting deals with what? AS6. Just cancel 2 here. Print mistake. Cancel 2 here. AS6 means depreciation accounting. So beside that take down point number 4. Point number 4. Next, banking companies, non-performing assets. So accordingly beside banking companies take down as point number 1. Point number 1. Next, AS10. See, nowhere related. Whether intangible assets will be covered under AS10? No. AS10 deals with what? Property, plant and equipment, which is going to cover only tangible assets. Which is going to cover only tangible assets. So, sorry. Here, 1 minute. See the twist how they are given. Actually, AS26 deals with intangible assets. Just point number C, cancel it. Point number C, cancel it because AS26 it deals with intangible assets. So write down accordingly. Beside that, point number 2. Intangible assets are covered under AS26. So please write down point number 2. Depreciation accounting. See, when they have revised the AS10 and they have made property, plant and equipment. Actually what they have done, depreciation accounting, they have covered under AS10. So accordingly, beside AS10 write down point number 4. Beside AS10 write down point number 4. See, earlier actually what has happened, AS6 used to deal with depreciation accounting, but they have removed AS6 6 and they have merged with AS10 property, plant and equipment. In the revised manner they are given. Till the previous match the following and all what they are given as per old. Itself they are given we solved. But here the new application they are asking in this match the following. So with that question 12 is completed. Now let us move on to question 13. Cash flow statement. Cash flow statement is covered under which accounting standard? Accounting standard 3. Next point number 2. What we have? Unexpired risk revenue. Unexpired risk. Unexpired risk revenue. It will be covered where? In insurance companies. Then accounting for investments. Accounting for investments will be covered under AS 13, means accounting standard 13. Del creditor commission is the one of the type of commission which the consignor is going to pay to the consignee when the consignee will be ready to bear the risk of bad debts. So it is a concept of consignment. Construction contracts are covered under which accounting standard? Accounting standard 7. Now let us match with the column 2, AS 13. Deals with what? Accounting for investment. So accordingly beside that write down point number 3. Beside that take down point number 3. Next consignment. Del creditor commission. So take down point number 4. Point number 4. Next AS7 construction contracts. So beside that take down point number 5. Beside that take down point number 5. Next insurance company unexpired risk revenue. So accordingly beside that take down point number 2. Beside that take down point number 2. AS3 deals with what? Cash flow statements. Accordingly beside that take down point number 1. Beside that take down point number 1. So with that question 13 is completed. Now let us move on to question 14. Let us move on to question 14. AS3 deals with what? Cash flow statement. Maximum loss method will be utilized where? In piecemeal distribution. AS10 deals with property, plant and equipment. Average clause will be applicable for what? Insurance claim. Repossess the goods in hire purchase system it happens. So now let us match with column 2, insurance claim. What? Average clause will be related. So beside that take down point number 4. Take down point number 4. Next accounting for fixed assets is nothing but AS10. So AS10 which point we have? Point number 3. Before revising into property, plant and equipment, usually AS10 used to deal with what? Accounting for fixed asset. Hire purchase system, repossess the goods. So accordingly take down point number 5. Accordingly take down point number 5. Piecemeal distribution, maximum loss method. So accordingly beside that take down point number 2. Take down point number 2. Next cash flow statement AS3. So beside that take down point number 1. Beside that take down point number 1. Okay, so with that question 14 is completed. Now let us move on to question 15. Let us move on to question 15. First, in column 1, what they given? Receipts and payment account. It will be prepared for which organization? Non-trading organization. Revaluation model of asset. See, usually the valuation of assets can be done under two models. One is cost model and another is revaluation model. This concept is covered under which standard? Accounting standard 10. Next, pro forma invoice. The pro forma invoice is a document which will be prepared by whom? The consignor, and it will be sent to consignee. When the consignor is going to send that pro forma invoice to consignee, when the consignor is going to send the goods. When the consignor is going to send the goods to the consignee, along with the goods, the pro forma invoice will be sent, which is going to provide the details regarding which value of how much quantity of goods has been given, what is the quality. Okay, related to all that information will be mentioned in the pro forma invoice. Stage of completion method. It is one of the method to determine how much work has been completed in a contract. It is related to AS7. Partial repossession, hire purchase. So now let us match with column 2. AS10 deals with what? Revaluation model asset. So accordingly, against that, take down point number 2. Against that, take down point number 2. Next, consignment. In consignment, pro forma invoice. So against that, write down point number 3. Against that, take down point number 3. Next, not for profit organization. We are going to prepare what? Receipts and payments account. So against that, take down point number 1. Consider point number 1. Hire purchase, partial repossession. Hire purchase, partial repossession. So against that, take down point number 5. Point number 5. AS7. What we have? Stage of completion method. So beside that, take down point number 4. Beside that, take down point number 4. AS6, they are given extra. Okay. Now let us move on to question 16. Let us move on to question 16. Column 1. Debt rent will be related to royalty. Marshalling. It is one of the liquidity order we can tell. Protesting. Protesting will be the concept related to bills of exchange. Account sales. It is the concept related to consignment. Substance over form. It is one of the accounting policies. So now let us match with column 2. First they are given bills receivable. Bills receivable what? Point number 3, protesting. So against bills receivable, take down point number 3. Point number 3. Next, consignment. In consignment, what we get? Account sales. So accordingly, against that, write down point number 4. Take down point number 4. Next, liquidity order. Marshalling. Liquidity order is related to what? Marshalling. So marshalling, which point we have? Point number 2. So take down point number 2. Next, accounting policy. Substance over form is one of the accounting policy. Accordingly, write beside it point number 5. Right beside is point number 5. Next, in royalty, we are going to use what? Debt rent. So accordingly, beside royalty, take down point number 1. Point number 1. So with that, question 16 is completed. Now let us move on to question 17. Let us move on to question 17. Okay, first let me cover the column 1. Highest relative capital method or proportionate capital method it will be utilized where in piecemeal distribution. After paying all the external liabilities and all, if any surplus cash is available, means to distribute the amount to the partner's capital, we use two methods. One is maximum loss method and proportionate. Excuse me. And another method is proportionate capital method, which other name we are going to call it as highest relative capital method. Okay, basis of apportionment of expenses. Apportionment of expenses will be made in accounting in which chapter? Departmental accounts. Because for departments, usually departmental accounting will be prepared to ascertain profit or loss, whatever is made by each department. For that, for each of the department or the expenses have been incurred, or it may be the incomes, whatever are there, they are going to charge it to each department. Whichever the common expenditures will be incurred, those will be allotted on what basis? By taking into consideration some basis of apportionment, like rent. It will be distributed on area covered, floor space, whatever is covered by each department. On that basis, rent will be allocated. When it comes to discount allowed, on the basis of sales, whatever will be made. So next, partial repossession is a concept of what? Hire purchase. Indemnity period, insurance claim. Revenue recognition, AS 9. So now let's match with column 2. Departmental accounts, basis of apportionment of expense. So accordingly consider point number 2. Accordingly consider point number 2. Insurance claim, indemnity period. So consider point number 4. Consider point number 4. AS9, revenue recognition. So consider point number 5. Point number 5. Piecemeal distribution. In that highest relative capital method we have. So right in respect of it, point number 1. Point number 1. Next, hire purchase, partial repossession. So right in respect of it, point number 3. Point number 3. So with that, question 17 is completed. Now let us move on to question 18. Let us move on to question 18. First, let us read out column 1, endorsement. Endorsement will be done where? In bills of exchange. The drawer, after receiving the acceptance from drawee, he may endorse the bill to some third party. That process of transferring the bill from to the third party, we are going to call it as what? Endorsement. Amortization. Usually, amortization will be charged on which asset? Intangible assets. Average clause will be applied where? In insurance claim. Next, what we have? Percentage of completion will be applied where? In accounting standard 7. To determine how much percentage of contract work is completed, they are going to apply. Recoverable amount. Recoverable amount, the term will be utilized in accounting standard 10. Means by selling a particular fixed asset, how much amount a particular organization may receive, that we are going to call it as what? Recoverable amount. So now let us match with column 2. AS7 what? Percentage of completion. So accordingly, beside that take down point number 4. Beside that take down point number 4. Next, AS10, recoverable amount. So accordingly take down point number 5. Take down point number 5. Next, depreciation means related to amortization. Amortization will be, the term will be utilized for intangible asset, depreciation for tangible asset. So accordingly consider point number 2. Point number 2. Both are going to reduce the value of asset. Next, what we have? Bills receivable. In bills receivable can be endorsed. So endorsement. So point number 1. Consider point number 1. Insurance claim, average clause. So consider point number 3. Consider point number 3. So with that, all the sets of match the followings, whatever they have given, it is completed. Getting the point? So now let us move on to the other aspect, what they are given in bit questions. They are covering state whether the following are true or false. Means the below mentioned statement, whatever they are given, we need to identify which particular statement is true, means correct, which is not correct. First, let us go through point number 1. Question 1. What they are telling? Memorandum joint venture account is prepared to find out amount due from co-venture. Usually why the memorandum joint venture account is prepared? so as to ascertain the profit or loss what is made and from the joint venture that will be prepared. But what they are given? They are given to know the amount due from co-ventures. Whether it is correct? No. So answer will be what? False. So you can write down question 1 false. Question 1 false. Next, point number 2. Receipts and payments account is prepared by adopting cash principle of accounting. Yes, because receipts and payments account will be prepared for which organization? Non-trading organization. Receipts and payments account will be prepared for which organization? Non-trading organizations. And usually which principle they adopt? Cash principle, because they are going to record what? Actual cash receipts and actual cash payments they are going to adopt. So whatever they are given, it is true. So take down point number 2, true. Answer is true. Moving on to question 3. As per AS9, revenue from interest should be recognized on the time proportion basis. As AS9 deals with what? Revenue recognition. It is going to specify when a particular revenue has to be recognized immediately and when a particular revenue has to be postponed. And also they explain how the revenue from sale of goods has to be considered, how revenue from services has to be considered, how the revenue from royalty has to be considered, dividend has to be considered, and interest. When it comes to the interest aspect, on the basis of time proportion basis, we need to consider. So accordingly, question 3, what they are given, it is true. So accordingly, take down question 3, it is true. Next, question 4. What they are telling? Bad debts recovered is credited to debtor's personal account. See, when the bad debts is recovered, what will be the JE? Means when bad debts is recovered, the business is going to receive what? Cash. So cash or bank account has to be debited. It is received against bad debts. So bad debts account will be credited. Cash or bank account to bad debts. Means in cash account it will be debited and bad debts account it will be credited. Anyway, debtor's account will come? No. Means whatever the statement they are given, it is false. So accordingly take down point 4 false. Point 4 false. Next, point number 5. New partner pays premium for goodwill, which will be shared by old partners in their new profit sharing ratio. See, whenever the new partner is admitted into the partnership, that particular partner, as he is going to enjoy the goodwill, whatever the name fame created by the old partners, the new partner is also going to enjoy. So accordingly, he has to bring some amount towards goodwill. Some amount towards goodwill. That goodwill, whatever will be brought down by the new partner, it will be shared among old partners in which ratio? In the sacrificing ratio. It will be distributed in which ratio? Sacrificing ratio. But what they are given? New profit sharing ratio. Again, the statement is false. The statement is false. So take down point number 5 false. Point number 5 false. Now moving on to question 6. What they are telling? One of the objective achieved by providing depreciation is saving cash resources for future replacement of assets. So usually why they provide depreciation? So that after which certain period they have to replace the asset. For that purpose, usually they are going to charge depreciation on assets. So what are the statement they are given is correct. So accordingly take down question 6, answer is true. Question 6, the answer is true. Now moving on to question 7. Royalty account is a real account in nature. Royalty account is not a real account in nature. False. Again, it is which in nature? Nominal account in nature. So accordingly it is false. So take down false. Now moving on to question 8. As per AS7, expenses recognized in the period in which the work to which expenses relate is performed. Means whatever the work is performed, to that extent, in that proportion, they are going to recognize the expenses. As per AS7, AS7 deals with what? Construction contracts. Whatever the How they are going to recognize the expense on the to the extent of how much work is performed in that year. By taking that into consideration, they are going to charge. So accordingly, the statement what they are given it is true. So take down answer is true. Now take down point number 9. Now take down point number 9. What they are telling, expenses incurred by branch out of petty cash balance are debited to branch account by the head office. See, usually when the petty expenses will be incurred, it will be paid by the branch manager itself. They are not going to take that particular expenditure to head office. So the treatment, whatever sentence they are given, it is false. So take down point number 9, false. Okay, now moving on to question 10. What they are telling? In absence of partnership deed, the profit or loss should be distributed among partners in their capital ratio. See, if the partnership deed is not available, whatever the profit or loss will be made in the partnership firm. In the situation, how the profit will be distributed? It will be distributed equally, not in capital ratio. It will be distributed what? Equally, not in capital ratio. So accordingly, statement 10 is false. So take down statement 10, false. Now moving on to question 11. What they are telling? The excess of expense over income is called profit. See, if the expense is more and the income is less, we are going to call it as what? Loss. They are given profit. Whether the statement is true? No, it is not correct. So take down false. Excuse me. Now moving on to question 13. What they are telling? The primary stage of accounting function is called bookkeeping. Yes. The first and foremost, whatever the transaction will be, art of recording the transaction in the books of accounts, we are going to call it as what? Bookkeeping. So what are the sentence? So actually I read 13th. No, 13th it is true. So just take down 13th. Next I will explain 12th. 13th it is true. Now let us move on to 12th. I didn't cover. Now let us move on to 12th. What they are telling? Current liability represents a potential obligation that could be created depending on the outcome of an event. Wrong. What is current liability? The liability which has to be paid within 1 year. Those liabilities we are going to call it as current liability. Here the meaning whatever again, the potential obligation that could be created depending on the outcome of an event. Depending on the outcome of an event, we are going to call it as contingent liability. It's not current liability, contingent liability. So accordingly, question 12, whatever they given it is false. So take down false. Now moving on to question 14. What they are telling? In dual aspect concept, the assets represent economic resources of the business. Yes, it is true. What are assets? Assets are the resources which will be held by the particular organization, which are going to generate the revenue to the organization and also which helps the organization in earning profits. Those we are going to call it as asset. So accordingly, the point 14 is true. Take down point 14 is true. Now moving on to 15. What we have? According to accounting standard 2, inventories are held for sale in normal course of business. Yes, true. What is inventory? Inventory is going to cover the raw materials, WIP as well as the finished goods which are held for sale. So the statement what they are given, it is true. So take down 15, true. Now moving on to 16, what they are telling? Premium received on issue of share is a revenue profit. See, when the premium is received, if the shares are issued at premium and what are the excess amount they are going to receive above the face value, we are going to call it as premium. It will be treated as what? Capital profit. It's not the revenue profit. It will be treated as which profit? Capital profit. So accordingly, the statement 6, whatever they are given, it is false. Statement 16, it is false. Now moving on to statement 17. Depreciation is an actual loss. No, it is not a loss. What is depreciation? It is just a charge against asset. It is not the loss. So accordingly, the statement 17, whatever they are given, it is false. So take down false. Now moving on to 18. What they are telling? Dishonor of a bill means that the acceptor refuses to honor his commitment on due date and payment of the bill on representation does not take place. What is the meaning of dishonor? Means where the drawee is not going to make the payment. That is nothing but dishonor of the bill. See what they are telling? The acceptor means the drawee refuses to honor. Refuses to honor means he is not going to make the payment. His commitment on the due date means the acceptor means the drawee is not going to make the payment on the due date. The payment of the bill on presentation does not take place. Means if the bill is presented also, the amount will not be paid. That they are telling it is dishonor of bill. Yes, it is true. So according to take down, true. Now moving on to question 19. What they are telling? Consignee is the person who sends the goods to agents. False. Who is going to send the goods? Consigner, not the consignee. Consignee is the person who is going to receive the goods from consigner and he is going to sell the goods on behalf of consigner. For that, he will be entitled to receive what? Monetary remuneration called commission. So here the point what has I given, it is false. So take down point 19, it is false. Now moving on to 20. Average clause is a clause contained in a fire insurance policy. Yes, it is true. When the average clause will be applicable? If it is a case of under insurance. What is under insurance? If the policy amount is less than the value of stock. If the policy amount is less than the value of stock means that we are going to call it as under insurance. In the situation, to claim the insurance amount from the insurance company, they are going to apply which clause? Average clause. So accordingly, point 20, whatever they are given, it is true. Point 20, whatever they are given, it is true. Now moving on to point 21. Moving on to point 21, what they are telling? In case of hire purchase, ownership passes at the time of sales. Wrong. Because why? In case of hire purchase, at the time of sale, what get transferred? Only the possession of the goods get transferred to the purchaser. When the ownership will get transferred? Only when the hirer or the hire purchaser is going to make the payment of last installment. When he is going to make the payment of last installment, only in that situation, ownership will be transferred. So accordingly, the statement 21, whatever they have given, it is false. It is false. Next, let us consider point 22. What they are telling? Minimum rent is also called as dead rent or fixed rent. Yes, minimum rent, other names are what? Dead rent or fixed rent. So accordingly, the statement is true. So take down true. Now let us move on to statement 23. Statement 23, what they are telling? Revenue expenditure is the outflow of funds to acquire an asset that will benefit the business for not more than one accounting period. Yes, it is true. The expenditure where the benefit will get exhausted within 1 year, we are going to call it as revenue expenditure. So accordingly, what is the statement 23? They have given, it is true. So accordingly, take down. Statement 23, what they are given, it is true. Now let us move on to statement 24. Statement 24, what they are telling? Independent branches maintain independent accounting records. Yes, it is true. See, independent branches, who is going to maintain? The head office is going to maintain. Independent branches, what happens? The books of accounts will be maintained by the branches itself. So accordingly, the statement, what they are given, 24, it is true. It is true. Now moving on to Statement 25. Depreciation is charge against profit. Yes, we can tell because depreciation is the expenditure. Even though there will be no actual cash movement, depreciation will be charged in a fixed asset. Sorry, depreciation will be charged on a fixed asset and also it will be debited to P&L account. Means it will be treated as expenditure. So due to which what happens? What will be the impact on the profit? The profit is going to get decreased. So we can tell the depreciation is charged against profit. So the statement is true. So accordingly take down true. Next take. Now let us move on to statement 26. What they are telling? Compensation paid to employees who are retrenched is capital expenditure. See, compensation will be paid to employees who are retrenched, means who are left the job or who has been removed. Usually that will be paid for what purpose? To run the day-to-day activities of the business. What are the expenditure are incurred to run the day-to-day activities of the business? We are going to call them as what? Revenue expenditure. But what they are given? Capital expenditure. So accordingly, the statement 26, whatever they are given, it is incorrect. So accordingly, take down false. Take down false. Now moving on to question 27. Moving on to question 27. What they are telling? In the hire purchase system, interest charged by vendor is calculated on the basis of outstanding cash price. Means whatever the balance amount the hire purchaser has to pay, on that the hire seller is going to charge the interest. Yes. So clearly they are given the vendor is going to calculate the interest on what basis? On the outstanding cash price. Means how much cash the purchaser has to pay. On that basis the interest will be calculated. So accordingly the statement 27 is true. Statement 27 is true. Now moving on to statement 28. Statement 28. What they are telling? When complete sequence of accounting procedure is done, which happens frequently and repeatedly in same direction, then it is called as accounting cycle. Yes. See, as we know, what is accounting cycle? It is going to commence with transaction and it is going to end with preparation of financial statement. What are the transactions happens in the business? Those will be recorded first in journal. From journal, they will be posted to ledger. From ledger balances, they are going to prepare trial balance. From the trial balance, they are going to prepare financial statements. So this procedure will be followed each and every year repeatedly. Each and every year repeatedly. So accordingly, the year, whatever the meaning they are given, when complete sequence of accounting procedure is done, which happens frequently and repeatedly in same direction, means the same way it is going to move. It is called as accounting cycle. So statement whatever they are given, 28, it is true. Take down, it is true. Now moving on to statement 29. Moving on to statement 29. What they are telling? Liabilities are resources owned by the business with the purpose of using it for generating future profits. See, what that liabilities are resources owned by. See, what are liabilities? Liabilities are the obligation of the business which they need to make the payment to outsider. That we are going to call it as liability. Here what they are telling? Resources owned by the business with the purpose of using it for generating future profits. We are going to call it as what? Assets. We are going to call it as what? Assets. So accordingly the statement 29, whatever they are given, it is false. So accordingly take down false it is. Now moving on to question 30. What they are telling? Excess of hire purchase over cash price is called as interest. Usually in hire purchase system, how to calculate the total interest? If you find a difference between hire purchase price and the cash price, we are going to obtain interest. So statement whatever they given, it is true. So accordingly take down true. Now moving on to statement 31. Bad debts are apportioned among departments in the proportion of sales of each department. Yes, because the bad debts is going to arise on the basis of sales. So what are the sales the each department is going to make? Whatever the sales the each department is going to make, on that basis the bad debts will be apportioned. So according to the statement 31, whatever they are given, it is true. It is true. Next take down 32. Next take down 32. What they're telling? Joint venture is a temporary form of business organization. Yes, it is true, because as the joint venture will be formed for a very shorter period of time for one particular venture, or for to reach one particular objective they are going to form. Once when it is completed, they are going to wind up that particular joint venture. So we can tell it is a temporary form of business organization. So accordingly, again the statement 32 is true. Now moving on to statement 33. Moving on to statement 33. What they are telling? As per concept of conservatism, the accountant should provide for all possible losses but should not anticipate profit. Again the statement is true, because the conservatism concept is that in the accountant, when he is going to prepare the financial statement, he can provide for all the probable losses, possible losses. So accordingly, in financial statement, what happens? They are going to charge all the provision for bad debts, provision for taxation, provision for discount on debtors will be charged, but they cannot anticipate the profit. So it is covered under concept of conservatism. So accordingly the statement is true. Accordingly the statement is true. Now let us move on to statement 34. Statement 34, what they are telling? Hybrid basis of accounting is a combination of both cash as well as accrual basis. Yes, again the statement is true. So take down for 34, true. Now moving on to 35. Moving on to 35. Honor of a bill means the acceptor refuses to honor his commitment on due date of this, and payment of the bill on presentation does not take place. See, honoring of the bill means what? The acceptor, the drawee, is going to make the payment on the due date. That we call honor. The meaning what they are given. Refuses to honor means he has not paid. It is dishonor of the bill, meaning they are given. So accordingly the statement 35. Whatever they are given, it is false. Whatever they are given, it is false. Now let us move on to statement 36. What they are telling? As per full disclosure principle, the financial statement should disclose all irrelevant information. It will be false. Only as per full disclosure principle, what they tell? The financial statement should disclose all the relevant information, not irrelevant. So accordingly, again, the statement 36 will be false. Next, moving on to 37. Realization account is a real account. Again, it is false. It is a nominal account. Realization account will be a nominal account. So again, the statement is false. Now let's move on to statement 38. Let's move on to statement 38. What they are telling? Trade discount is recorded in the books of original entry. Sorry, what is trade discount? If when a large amount of purchases will be made from the supplier, means in that situation the supplier is going to allow this trade discount. Usually the trade discount will not be accounted. Trade discount will not be accounted at all. So accordingly, no entry can be made in original entry, in the books of original entry. Books of original entry is nothing but journal. In journal, trade discount will not be entered. So accordingly, the statement what they have given, it is false. So take down false. Now moving on to statement 39. Abnormal wastages should be included in the cost of inventories as per accounting standard 2. See, abnormal wastages, whatever is going to arise, it will be ascertained. The value of abnormal wastage will be ascertained, but that particular cost will be included or excluded. It will be excluded from the cost of inventory. But here what they are telling, included. So accordingly the statement is false. So take down, it is false. Now moving on to statement 40. Moving on to statement 40, what they are telling? In absence of partnership deed, partners are entitled to interest on capital at 6% per annum. 6% per annum. The statement is true. If the partnership deed is not there, means usually interest on capital on an average, how much will be fixed? 6% per annum. So accordingly the statement is true here. Statement is true here. Now let us move on to question 41. Let us move on to question 41. What they're telling, realization account is opened at the time of dissolution of partnership. Yes, when the dissolution happens, when the winding up of the partnership happens, they are going to prepare the realization account so as to know at which value the assets are realized and liabilities are paid, and on the realization whether they have incurred profit or loss. For that purpose, usually the realization account will be prepared in which situation? At the time of dissolution of partnership. So accordingly, the statement is true. The statement is true. Now moving on to point number 42. What they are telling? Amount spent for whitewashing the factory building is treated as revenue expenditure. Yes, because that the benefit will be get exhausted within 1 year. So accordingly, it will be considered as revenue expenditure. So again, take down. It is true. Next, let us move on to statement 43. What they're telling, in case of consignment sale, revenue is to be recognized on sale of goods to third party. What they're telling, whenever the consignment sales happen, revenue when it can be recognized in the books of consignor only when the consignee is going to sell the goods. Only then it can be recognized. Yes, again the statement what they are given, it is true. It is true. Next, take down. Let us move on to question 44. What they are telling, the amount by which the minimum rent exceeds the actual royalty is called excess working. No, wrong. If the minimum rent exceeds actual royalty, we are going to call it as what? Short working. We are going to call it as what? Short working. So accordingly, the statement 44 is false. The statement 44 is false. Next, take down statement 45. Next, take down statement 45. Let us move on to statement 45. What they are telling? BRS means bank reconciliation statement is not a part of process of account. Yes, it is true. Usually, why the bank reconciliation statement will be prepared? When the difference arises, if the cash balance difference arises in the passbook and cash book, means in the situation, the businessman is going to prepare the bank reconciliation statement so as to understand why that particular difference is arise. Actually, it is not a part of process of account. So accordingly, the statement is true. Accordingly, the statement is true. Now, let us move on to statement 46. What they are telling, as per AS2, inventory is valued at lower of net realizable value or current replacement cost. Sorry, false. Lower of net realizable value or actual cost. It will be valued at what? Net realizable value or actual cost. It's not current replacement cost. Accordingly, the statement is false. Accordingly, the statement is false. Now let's move on to statement 47. What they're telling? Retiring a bill under rebate means payment of the bill before due date. Yes, if a particular drawee, if he is having a lump sum amount, what he may do? Instead of paying at the time of due date, what he may do? Before the due date, he may approach the drawer and he is going to settle the amount. That we are going to call it as retirement of the bill. So accordingly, the statement 47, what they are given, it is true. So accordingly, take down true. Now moving on to statement 48. What they are telling? Income and expenditure account is prepared by adopting accrual principle of accounting. Yes, again it is true. Again the statement, because they are going to adopt accrual principle. When it comes to receipts and payment, cash principle. When it comes to income and expenditure account, accrual principle. Again it is true. Moving on to question 49. What they are telling, as per concept of conservatism, the accountant should provide for all possible losses but should not anticipate profit. Yes, it is true. Actually, this question is repeated. Yes or no? Already I covered that. Answer is true. Now moving on to question 50. Moving on to question 50. What they are telling, the cost of developing software for a company engaged in software business is a revenue expenditure, they are telling. No, whatever the cost is incurred in developing a software, that particular benefit can be enjoyed for more than one accounting period. So accordingly, it will be treated as capital expenditure. But what they are given revenue expenditure. So accordingly, the statement is false. The statement is false. Now let us move on to question 51. Goodwill is a fictitious asset. False. It is what? Intangible asset. So accordingly, it is false again. Next, let us move on to statement 52. Wages incurred by departmental workers of a factory in installing a new machine is a revenue expenditure. See, wages is paid to the departmental worker itself. For what purpose? They are involved in installing new machine. See, until the startup of a particular asset, whatever the expenditure will be incurred, it has to be capitalized. It is covered under which accounting standard? Accounting standard 10. But they are in the problem, they are classifying it as what? Revenue expenditure. So accordingly, it will be false. So take down false. Now moving on to question 53. What is that telling? Royalty account is a nominal account in nature. Yes, it is true. Take down. It is true. Now moving on to 54. Moving on to 54. Trial balance could not disclose error of omission. Yes, in trial balance, error of omission cannot be disclosed. So accordingly, again it is true. Next, 55. What they are telling? Original cost minus scrap value. Original cost minus scrap value is a depreciated value of an asset. Yes. Means from the original cost, if we deduct the scrap value, we are going to obtain depreciation value of the asset. So accordingly, again it is true. Next, moving on to statement 56. What they are telling? The average clause is applicable when actual loss is less than sum assured. False. When average clause will be applicable in the case of underinsurance. Okay, so accordingly the statement is false. Now let us move on to statement 57. What they are telling? Life membership fee may be capitalized and shown in the balance sheet in liability side. Yes, it is true, because life membership fees, when it is collected, it is going to provide the benefit for more than 1 year, so it will be capitalized. And in non-trading organization, the capital items will be shown where? In the receipts and payments account they are going to show, and again it will be shown under balance sheet under liabilities. So accordingly the statement whatever they are given, it is false. Now moving on to question 58. What they are telling? Bad debts are apportioned among departments in the proportion of value of sales of each department. True. Already repeated question. Already it has been covered. Just take down true. Now moving on to question 59. Moving on to question 59. What they are telling? Joint venture is temporary partnership. Yes, again it is true. It is a temporary partnership as it will be carried on for a very short term period. Now let us move on to question 60. What they are telling? As per AS2, inventory should normally be valued at historical cost or market value, whichever is lower. Yes, true. Market historical cost means actual cost. Market value means NRV value. Yes, so accordingly the statement is true. So take down true. Next, 61. Moving on to statement 61. What they are telling? When the goods are returned by branch, goods sent to branch account will be credited in the books of head office. See, when goods is sent, returned by branch, in the books of head office, what will the when the goods is returned by branch, what comes into the business of head office? Goods they are going to receive. So goods sent to branch account will be debited, and who is the giver? Branch. Branch account will be created. But here what they are doing? Goods sent to branch account will be created. Wrong. When the goods will be sent from head office to branch, and the goods will be sent from head office to branch. In that situation, they are going to credited, but when it is received from the branch, it will be debited. So accordingly, the statement 61, whatever they are given, it is false. Statement 61, it is false. Now moving on to statement 62. What they are telling? Receipts, sorry, state 62. The contract of insurance is a contract of guarantee. False. It is a contract of indemnity. So accordingly, it will be false. Next, statement 63. Statement 63. What they are telling? Receipts and payments account only records the revenue nature of receipts and expenses. False. It is going to record both revenue items as well as capital items. So accordingly, the statement 63, whatever they are given, it is false. Now let us move on to statement 64. What they are telling? Sales book record both cash and credit sales. Sorry, the sales book is going to record only the credit sales. Is going to record only the credit sales. So the statement is false. Next, take down 65. Because cash sales will be recorded in cash book. Only the credit sales will be recorded in sales book. So statement is false. Now moving on to statement 65. Statement 65. What they are telling? Normal loss of goods sent on consignment is shown in consignment account. No, only abnormal loss will be shown. Normal loss will not be shown. So accordingly, again the statement whatever they are given, it is false. Next, take down 66. 66. In case of trading concern, cost of goods sold and the cost of sales are same. False. Cost of goods is different, cost of sales. See, cost of goods means up to the production, whatever is incurred, all that cost will be considered. Cost of sales, how we get? For the cost of production, again we are going to add selling and distribution cost and all. Then we are going to obtain cost of sales. So they are telling both are same. That is not same. So accordingly, the statement whatever they are given, it is false. Whatever the statement they are given, it is false. Next, let us move on to 67. What they are telling? In proprietorship business, income tax payable is shown as a liability in balance sheet. Income tax payable. Income tax payable will be, income tax will be paid to whom? The proprietor. Whether it can be shown, it cannot be entered in the books of account itself. Sorry, income tax payable means outstanding. Income tax payable means outstanding income tax. Whatever is there, it will be treated as liability and hence it will be shown in balance sheet. So accordingly, the statement is true. It will be, statement is true. Actually, income tax is related to the business. If the income tax is related to the business, then it will be true. If they are not given clearly whether it is of the business or whether it is of the proprietor and all. Getting the point? So if it is business means it is true. If they are given like proprietors means in this situation it cannot be entered. In that situation we need to consider it as false. Now moving on to question 68. What they are telling? Bank reconciliation statement is prepared to arrive at the bank balance. False. It may be prepared to arrive cash balance also as well as bank balance. They are given only bank balance. So accordingly the statement is false. Now moving on to statement 69. What they are telling? Deferred revenue expenditure is current year's revenue expenditure to be paid in the later years. Yes, it is true. Why it will be paid in the later years? Because the benefit will be enjoyed for more than 1 year. Benefit will be enjoyed for more than 1 year. So accordingly it will be paid in later. To be paid in later. No, it will be recognized in the future period. It cannot be like later period. So it is false. It is false. So whatever the statement 69 they are given, it is false. Now let us move on to statement 70. What they are telling? Reducing balance method for depreciation is followed to have a uniform charge for depreciation and repairs and maintenance together. For what purpose? Usually reducing balance method they charge to charge uniform charge. Uniform charge will be charged on what basis? Percentage basis. In reducing balance method or return on value method, the same rate of depreciation will be charged. Yes or no? So accordingly, whatever the statement they are given, it is true. Whatever the statement they are given, it is true. Now let's move on to statement 71. What they are telling? Reserve for discount on creditors has a credit balance. Reserve for discount on creditors will be the like asset. It will be like asset. So it will be showing debit balance. No, it's not the credit balance. So accordingly, the statement whatever they are given, it is false. The statement will be false. Now moving on to statement 72. A promissory note can be made payable to the bearer. False. Only for the whoever will be the holder will be there, only for them it can be paid. So accordingly, the statement whatever they are given, it is false. Now moving on to statement 73. Moving on to statement 73. What they are telling? All these items of revenue nature which received during the period of accounts are only shown in the income and expenditure account. Whether it is shown only in income and expenditure, along with income and expenditure, it will be shown where? It will be shown in receipts and payments also. So accordingly, the statement 73 is false. Statement 73 is false. Now moving on to statement 74. When the capitalization of profits method is used, then the value of goodwill on the basis of future maintainable profit will be more than that of on the basis of super profits. False. Usually super profit value will be more than that of the capitalization of profit. So accordingly, what happens? The statement will be false. Now in your material, just move on to page number 29. We have statement 75. What they are telling? In case of transfer from creditors ledger to debtors ledger, the debtor ledger adjustment should be debited. False. Because whenever the transfer happens from creditors to debtors, the creditors balance also decreases and debtors balance also decreases. So debtors decrease means what? Asset decrease. Asset decrease has to be credited. The given it is debited. So accordingly, again the statement 75 is false. Statement 75 is false. Now moving on to statement 76. Moving on to statement 76. What they are telling? Unrecoupable short working should be charged to P&L account. True. Means whichever the short working cannot be recovered within the time period whatever the landlord has provided, it will be treated as irrecovery and it will be transferred to which account? P&L account. So accordingly, whatever the statement they are given, it is true. Now let us move on to statement 77. What they are telling? In stock and debtors method of accounting, balance of branch stock account shows either gross profit or gross loss. False. The statement is false because usually the closing balance of stock can be known with the help of branch stock account. So accordingly, the statement 77 is false. Now moving on to statement 78. What they are telling? Prudence is a concept to recognize all losses and not profit. Yes, prudence concept or conservatism concept are both are same. So accordingly, the statement is true. So accordingly, take down 78 true. See, all losses they are telling, not all losses, probable losses. They are telling prudence concept tells us to recognize all losses, not profit. It recognizes all the probable losses, means provision. Sorry, the answer will be false here. So take down 78, false. Now, let us move on to question 79. Move on to question 79. What they are telling? Revenues are matched with expenses in accordance with the matching principles. See, usually means to earn the revenue, whatever the expenditure will be incurred in that particular accounting period, it will be recorded as per matching principle. They are not going to match the revenue and expense. So accordingly, it will be false again. Again, it will be false. Next, 80. What they are telling? Depreciation is non-cash and non-operating expense which is to be provided for if there are profits. It is false. Actually, yes, it is a non-cash and non-operating expense. It is correct up to here. It will be provided if there is a profit or loss, whatever might be the situation, depreciation will be charged. Here what they are telling, if there are profits, means if profit is there, only then depreciation has to be charged, they are telling. So accordingly the statement will be false. Accordingly the statement will be false. Now moving on to statement 81. Moving on to statement 81. What they are telling? Net profit is reflected in higher cash balance and net loss is reflected in lower net worth. False. See, if the cash balance is there, means that profit we cannot tell. How we are going to obtain net profit? If the incomes are more than that of the expenditure, net profit we are going to obtain. Net loss, how we are going to obtain? If the expenditures are more than that of the incomes, we are going to obtain net loss. Here, whatever they are given, it is wrong. So accordingly, take down false. Now let us move on to last statement, that is statement 82. Statement 82, what they are telling? If partnership deed is silent, rate of interest on loan by a firm to a partner shall be 6% per annum. False. It is false. So with that, considering the statements whether they are true or false completed, so still what concept is left out? We have fill in the blanks. Let me cover up in the next video. Thank you.